this next video, we're going to go into more depth with editing features available using the Care Plan Builder. We'll start back in the same resident profile that we created in video 1. Notice in the Care Plan Overview section for this resident the pencil icon. The edit icon is a quick link to the specific diagnosis, outcome, or intervention that you choose to modify. Since your goals and interventions are linked to a specific diagnosis, when you select the edit icon under the Care Plan Issues, this will take you to an area where you can modify and add a description to the current problem, add additional nano-diagnosis, or get to any of the linked goals, approaches, and outcomes that you chose when first creating this care plan. The edit icon under goals and outcomes and the edit icon under approaches, interventions, and activities will take you to a window of that individual item. We will demonstrate the difference between these edit icons and the one under Care Plan Issues later in this video. Let's say you selected activity intolerance, but needed to add an additional description to the diagnosis. We'll click on the edit screen under Care Plan Issues. This will bring you to the full editing screen for the entire problem. There are a few things to take notice in this area. The first is the text box that is available in the upper portion on the screen. You can add additional description here if you need to by simply typing the text that you need to appear on your care plan. The second are the tabs below. The General tab will allow you to set the date on set, the date review, and the date resolved for this diagnosis. The First Person tab. This tab will take you to a text field that allows you to enter first person or person-centered descriptions of the diagnosis. Not all facilities use this, so you may want to check before you move forward using this option. The NANDA tab will allow you to add additional diagnosis labels to this problem. The Goals tab. This will show you the goals that were selected for this resident when the initial care plan was created. Notice that when you select the Goals tab, you'll see two options appear in the left-hand menu bar: Add a new blank goal or Add from NOC. By using these links, you can search the database to add additional goals to this problem. The Approaches tab is similar. Here you'll find all the initial approaches that you selected when the initial care plan was built. You can go into each one of these and modify them individually here, or you can do them through the Care Plan Overview screen that we were on before. You'll also notice that you have two options in the left-hand menu bar: Add New Approach or Add from NIC. Categories tab will allow you to assign a particular category to the problem. You can branch any of these out, and this will help you search for things later. The Rationale and Notes tab are for this particular problem. So this is the Rationale tab for activity intolerance that you selected. This Notes tab is under the problem, signified in red for this menu bar. These are the notes for this particular problem. Now, since we've made a few changes, let's click Save and Close. Notice, since we made a few changes, the text that we entered in the NANDA problem box now appears above this particular diagnosis. If we were to print this care plan using the print option on the left menu bar, you'll see that the text was entered above the diagnosis label. This will appear as a description on the Print tab. Since we're in the print screen, let's go into a few options that you have when printing your care plan. You can select only the care plans you wish to print by clicking in the checkbox that you want. You can also have options to print your rationales and print first person over in the left-hand menu bar. If you're a student, you'll want to have the rationales there so they'll print on your printed care plan. Once you've made your selections, select print. This will bring you to a preview screen. The icons at the top will allow you to print only the current page, save this item to disk, or export it to one of these formats. You can also toggle between the problems that you've created. See activity tolerance here on page 2. If we want to go back to page 1, we just press previous page. And here you can print. Now let's say we didn't want this to show up here. This is the description that we entered on the prior area. Go back to the resident plan of care. Go into edit for this particular problem. We remove this text, save and close. And now when I go over to the print options on the left menu bar, it's going to give me activity and tolerance, which is the NANDA diagnosis label. For the last part of the video, let's go back and show you how the edit options for goals and outcomes and approaches and interventions work a little bit differently. By clicking these edit icons, you'll be taken to a window of that particular selected goal. So this is a quick edit feature for any one of these options. So if we wanted to edit this goal for activity and tolerance, we would go into the edit screen, and as you can see, it's going to open up a window inside of the main problem. So this is the window just for that goal. So if I wanted to modify this, I could make my changes, save and close. It's going to make them here in the goals section on the problem overview. We can close out of this, and it's going to make those changes in my overview page here. Same thing goes for the individual approaches or interventions. This will take you to a window of that particular intervention. Make your changes, save and close, and those changes will be made and saved on your care plan overview section. That's all we have right now for this video. Thank you for joining me in this short tutorial. I hope you'll watch the next video where we go into more detail about managing your facility information, your facility care plan library, and managing and adding care plan disciplines.